Hey everybody, the Bang is back. Welcome to part 7 of Let's Play Mario's Time Machine for the Super Nintendo, and of course this is brought to you by GameAnyone.com. Let's grab this here little book and go to Gobi Desert 1292. When Marco Polo was born in the Italian trading town of Venice, I believe. Well, that and Vinci are the only two Italian names there. About 1254 AD, the Western world knew little of the Far East. Sadly, just like now. Marco's father, which I believe is Niccolo, not Piccolo, and Uncle Maffeo were merchants who happened upon the eastern capital of the Chinese emperor. What was his name again? What is it? Kublai Khan, of course, in 1266. When the Polo set out again for China in 1271, they took 17-year-old Marco with them. A journey of more than 3 years, including a crossing of the Gobi Desert, of course. No way, Florence is also an Italian name. Brought them to Kublai Khan's capital at Cambaluc, which is now Beijing. The Khan took a liking to Marco and employed him for 17 years in enterprises all over Asia. Marco discovered wonders unknown in Europe, including paper money, coal, spectacles, and pornography. Fireworks. The Polos finally returned to Venice in 1295, I believe, after escorting a Mongolian princess to the Khan of Persia. That would be just about right. Back home, Marco was captured during a war between Venice and Genoa. While imprisoned, he wrote of his travels in the Book of Marco Polo, which remained Europe's main source of information on Asia for the next 500 years. Yeah, that one was quite easy. There we go. Now let's head over to the Gobi Desert, which I believe is around Mongolia, I believe. I was actually around many places in Eastern Asia. It's a pretty big desert. I don't know if it's as big as the Sahara Desert, but hey, I'm just here to play video games, not to measure deserts. There we go. There's not enough there's not enough sand in the Gobi Desert to fill the vaginas of every single YouTube troll in the universe. There's just not enough sand for that. Anyways, let's get... good, I got that one. Okay, one more. I think I missed one. Well, it was invisible at the time, so of course I was gonna miss it. There. Now we're in the Gobi Desert. Let's go this way. Actually, I'm not supposed to go that way yet. Well, actually, I can, but that'll allow me to finish the level pretty fast. Hi, I'm lost. Do you know where I am? Who is this insolent beetle? Who comes unannounced? You had better be bearing gifts worthy of the great Khan's attention. My name is Mario. I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn? Bah! Your accent betrays you. You are obviously another bold explorer from Italy. I am the great Kublai Khan. You are in my capital city of Cambaluc. Kublai Khan? Haven't I heard of you before? Of course you've heard of Kublai Khan, just as you heard of my father and my father's father, Genghis Khan. The mighty Genghis began the conquest of China that I completed your year of 1279. Wow, you're the ruler of all China? Obviously, I ruled the mightiest empire on earth. As an experienced explorer, you could conduct trade for me in the empire's outlying provinces. Here, take half of what I pay Marco Polo. Marco Polo? Who's he? A brave explorer, perhaps not unlike yourself, who left Italy when he was a boy at 17. Now he has decided to return home. This displeases me. I shall brood until I find a worthy distraction. I see. Sounds a little fair. Hi, I'm Mario. How are you? Ah, you must be another explorer, like those Polos. Well, don't expect any favors from me. I have no gifts. I'm trying to make a living here. Didn't the Polos buy your stuff? At first, they arrived laden with goods from the west. Their home is a great trading port called Venice, in the land of Italy. Well, won't that open trade? Perhaps someday. Today, they take more than they trade. All Marco Polo has given me is the first page of the book he is writing. Here, take them. I doubt he'll ever finish it. Perhaps you'd like to trade for this block. That's just not just any block. Observe. It's carved on one side. Dip it in ink and you can print with it. Often the name of the owner is carved upon it. I can't read it, can you? Do you want to trade, or do you want me to read? Either way, it's gonna cost you some money. Oh, here's some paper money. Ah, now we can bargain. Paper money is so much easier to exchange than precious metals or jewels. What do you want in trade? Do you know what the printing block says? Of course, it is a single word, Polo. It must be a signature block, but I don't know if it belongs to Marco, Niccolo, or Maffeo. Well, who would know? Kublai Khan knows and sees all. He has controlled this great empire since defeating the Sung dynasty in 1279. He wants to conquer everything in sight. Such a policy is bad for trade. The Khan seems to treat explorers okay. Yes, and I imagine that, like other explorers, he will shower you with gifts. Meanwhile, I must work for a living. Be gone! You and I have no further business. No, apparently not. Excuse me, I'm seeking the owner of this. Ah, a printing block. The owner has been careless. The nature of objects is always the same. It's the habits of their owners that separate them. What? I don't think I understand. You'd have to be a wise old sage, like me. There are many things in China that the world to the west does not understand. My good friends, Niccolo and Maffeo Polo, have told me of this. Who are Niccolo and Maffeo? Courageous explorers from Italy. They arrived here 17 years ago with Niccolo's son, Marco. They sought material wealth, but instead found the treasure that is China. Treasure? Like what? Our inventiveness. Things your Western world does not even dream of. Coal, paper, spectacles, curative herbs, and spices. Plus our most explosive discovery, fireworks. Have a rocket. Wow, what else does China have? Ha! Far too many wonders for me to tell you now, like lead poisoning. Marco has written of his experience here in China. If I had his notes, I could tell you more. Like this? Oh, thank you. The Book of Marco Polo. What a catchy title. He continues to record all that he sees in his travels across our many lands. Where has he traveled? Oh, such places as the Great Gobi Desert. For more than 3 years, the Polos journeyed from Italy to China. The wealth of people and ventures. These journals are invaluable. Is this the first book about China? Ha! You have much to learn, little one. There have been many books written about China, but it may be 500 years before a better one is available in Europe. How could you possibly know that? How do you think I got to be a wise old sage, anyway? There are many mysteries here in China that you may not yet understand. Yeah, like what to do with this block. Why, that's a printing block I made for Marco Polo. You better get that to him right away before he leaves China. Oh, but got some fireworks. So let's see if Mr. Khan would like some. You have served the great Khan well. This rocket thunder will fill the emptiness I feel now that my friend Marco is finally leaving China. Why is Marco leaving China? I've kept him here all these years because he was too valuable a friend and servant. For 3 years I even entrusted him to rule the city of Yangzhou, but his heart aches for his homeland. So why are you letting him go now? Because I have a job I trust only him to do. He's escorting a Mongolian princess to the Khan of Persia. The journey should take him about 3 years, so he'll be back home in his year of 1295. Sounds like you're a good friend, Mr. Khan. Khan is my title, not my name. It means Lord, Lord of all China. As Genghis Khan was my grandfather, and Ogadai Khan was his son, so I am the Khan of China. Kublai! Kublai Khan! And, well, that's all I'm going to say with you right now. Hello, my name is Mario, and Oh, the desert heat! Not only has it caused me to misplace one of the wonders of China, but I am now seeing miniature tradesmen. Hey! I cannot return to Italy until I've recovered. Marco Polo, you forgot your printing block. That's it! I knew I'd forgotten something. Now at last, I can get started for home. The people back there aren't going to believe the stories I got to tell. Are you ready to head back to Italy, Marco? We're on our way, Mario. I owe it all to you. I've even decided to make you an honorary member of the family. From this day on, you can call yourself Mario Polo. Yeah, Bowser's gonna have a field day with this one. Anyways, let's get out of China before we get poisoned and probably censored on the internet. Anyways, Yeah, we're done here. Okay, I'm gonna stop the video right here. Next parts, we're gonna grab the Republic of Plato. See ya, everyone.